Welcome back to another episode of Inside and You, the podcast that gives you exclusive content about the inner workings of Notre Dame University Loise. Engineering stands at the cornerstone of innovation and progress of our society, with its invaluable strength lying in its ability to transform abstract ideas into practical solutions. From designing our city's infrastructure to developing cutting edge technologies that improve healthcare, engineering is a vast and multidisciplinary field that continuously redefines the boundaries of the impossible. Joining us here today is the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Jacques Harb. He's here with us to answer some of the questions our viewers may have regarding the field. Dr. Jacques, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, Amir, for having me.
It's an honor. So let's start a bit with some history. How long have you been Dean of the Faculty of Engineering?
I've been a dean for 3 years so far.
And what has been your proudest accomplishment so far?
Well, the Faculty of Engineering is a teamwork between the dean, the chairpersons, and full-time faculty members. So what we did is we were able to sail through the stormy time safely and happily as well. And we managed to maintain our accreditation running. And we culminated these 3 years by organizing a worldwide conference, which is IEEE sponsored, which was the ACTIA 23.
That's amazing. You mentioned the accreditation. I assume you're talking about the ABATS accreditation, right?
Exactly.
It was recently renewed. And what does it mean basically for the faculty and the students to have such a prestigious type of certification?
The Faculty of Engineering has been accredited since 2013, an accreditation that puts us among the top universities at that time. So we managed to renew our accreditation in 2022, and actually it went with flying colors, and we're really happy about that. Now, what ABAT means that it provides us with a logo of quality in engineering education. This is very important primarily for our students who are always mobile and they have to travel all across the planet. So what they can do is, by being a graduate from an ABAT accredited institution, they can transfer their credit easily because they are worldwide recognized. That's one thing. The other thing is they have to seek for professional registration. And most professional registrations do consider ABAT as a reference. And on top of it, some employers do prefer their employees, the engineers, to be coming from ABAT accredited institutions because they know what it means and they know what type of quality education.
Such a background gives them a plus.
Yes, absolutely.
To integrate the market.
Plus, for us, it's very important because it puts our curriculum always on the move. It's a dynamic curriculum. We have to make it dynamic. ABAT requires that we always consult with the employers, with the students, with the alumni, and seek their feedback on top of our own suggestions for improvement and suggestions of new courses to be introduced in the curriculum. So this is a very dynamic process that also maintain our laboratory facilities up to date.
Yeah, so the departments in the Faculty of Engineering, they cover a wide span of fields. Could you possibly tell us about each one and their missions?
Yeah, the Faculty of Engineering is divided into three main departments. The Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, hosting the major in civil engineering and petroleum engineering. We have the Department of Mechanical Engineering that hosts the mechanical engineering degree as well as the chemical engineering. And we have the Department of Electrical, Computer and Communication Engineering, hosting the major in electrical engineering, and the other major is computer and communication engineering. Now, the departments altogether, they share some common values and some common elements in their mission, in the sense that what we do is we make sure that we maintain our technical education at the forefront. But not only that, our mission is to educate future leaders that can communicate very well. Also, we need to inculcate the notion of ethics in the profession. This is very important for us. And that can be found in most missions. Now, the civil engineering, if I start with the civil engineering, they concentrate on the, not only on building, on the structural part, but also they deal with transportation, with project management, with geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering.
They cover several aspects.
Exactly. The petroleum engineering, they do the upstream and downstream petroleum engineering science, as well as we orient our program towards sustainable development. So we want to make sure that they maintain the spirit of sustainability in preserving this resource.
We'll be talking about this later on
Yes.
as well.
If we move to the mechanical engineering, well, obviously they have to design machines and components, but also they deal with the fluid mechanics, they deal with thermal energy, they deal with renewable energy, they deal with robotics, and we have the chemical engineering. Also, they're handling the chemistry of the products that we manufacture. They're really into manufacturing as well, and they're really very well involved with the local industry.
And last thing, the electrical.
And the electrical engineering, obviously, they have the desperate in need infrastructure for electricity, but also they handle the renewable energy as well. And we have the CCE students, computer and communication engineering students. They not only learn about the software, but also they have to make sure that the software communicates with the hardware. And most importantly is the wireless technology, where the electromagnetic wave needs to communicate with the hardware as well as with the software.
They do have a lot of tasks to fulfill.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, all three departments, they have their graduate programs, and we have four graduate programs running.
That's amazing. What faculty activities are the students and the faculty members mostly involved in?
Okay, if you walk to the Faculty of Engineering, you will not only see teaching engineering courses. It's boiling with activities due to the fact
Clubs
that
as well.
we host our professional societies, their chapters in the Faculty of Engineering. So we have the American Society of Civil Engineering, we have the American Society of Mechanical Engineering, we have the IEEE, we have the Society of Chemical Engineering, and we have the Petroleum Engineering Society, as well as ASHRAE for heat and cooling. So they are entrusted to complement our activities, our academic activities, by organizing their field trips and hands-on experience, getting into the labs, inviting guest speakers, and interfacing with the mother society in the United States. And sure enough, we did manage to get very good positions within these institutions. So this is for the students. Then you will find the activities that faculty members do, which is the research. And a large portion of our research is performed in our laboratories. So our laboratories are always on the move. And also faculty members do perform their consulting work. And also what we do is we help the local industry in making good use of our laboratories by testing their materials.
So knowing that we live in a world where technology is moving fast and constantly growing, how often are the Faculty of Engineering facilities upgraded due to these changes?
Well, yes, ABET dictates that we have a schedule of maintenance for our equipment, which is posted next to each machine, and where we have a logbook with the latest maintenance and the next phase of maintenance, in addition to the fact that they attach lots of importance on the safety in the lab. So in the past period, it was a top priority for us to make sure that our equipment, because we cannot renew it, is maintained properly and we can run it to the maximum period of time. But that being said, this doesn't mean that we did not add some additional laboratories. We did manage, in spite of everything, to open 3 new labs one transportation engineering lab, one chemical engineering lab, instrumentation lab, in addition to acquiring new software that also part of our laboratories. And that was thanks to the effort of individual faculty members who did manage to be involved with some international organization and drag some funding for purchasing
For you
equipment.
to be able to do these. Yes.
So I would say that we are at the forefront of the technology in our laboratory facilities.
And I'm
Yes.
sure that's amazing, and the students should be proud of this as well,
Yes.
because they have many opportunities to work on. How does liberal arts curriculum of the university influence the theoretical foundations of engineering, which is more hands-on as a field?
Well, liberal arts curriculum is something precious for the engineering education. And I was following the liberal arts curriculum from the beginning because I would get involved myself on the committee. It has a major component that we introduced recently, which was the ethics. And in engineering, ethics is a fundamental element in our education. So within the LAC courses, or liberal arts curriculum courses, what we did is we divided the ethics course among different majors, where the course is divided into two components, the general ethics issues and the deontology, which is specific to the profession. So this is very important. And on top of it, it adds to the general culture of the students. Now, a recent survey of our employers have shown that our employers do prefer to hire students from liberal arts universities because they tend to perform much better on the workplace due to their versatility and due to their expanded culture. So they have the capability of adapting. And in our curriculum also, we do attach lots of importance on hands-on experience, not only through our laboratories, but also the third year of our curriculum. The summer of the third year, the students have to go and do a training for 2 months period. And the last year, they have to perform a senior project. Plus, we do offer them the option to have a co-op. So during these experiences, the students tend to use their liberal arts courses quite a lot.
And this is basically applicable for all fields.
Yes.
So how does the program prepare mechanical engineering graduates for the specialized demands of our market today?
The field of mechanical engineering managed to maintain itself stable throughout the fluctuation of the local market. Due to the fact that mechanical engineering students, they get involved with the maintenance, with the heating and cooling systems, and they are easily integrated in the local manufacturing processes. So our students are well prepared, again, due to the fact that they have their training period, their co-op, plus their senior projects. They're really prepared and to integrate the workplace easily.
So how does, actually switching to another type of field in the engineering, we're going to talk about the petroleum engineering and its sustainability for environmental health and its comparison to the environmental engineering. So how well do you think they do cooperate together?
With the petroleum engineering, they interface a lot with the Department of Civil Engineering in the sense that they have things in common, which are the environmental engineering courses. So we do expose our petroleum engineering students to lots of environmental engineering, plus the sustainable development. In addition to the fact that they have things in common, which is the geotechnical component and geophysical components. And recently, we have on board a faculty member who is top-notch expert in sustainable development, who is going to be in charge of our petroleum engineering students.
So he'll be sharing his insights into the field.
So the field of petroleum, again, can be a curse to the country as well as a blessing to the country. We want it to be a blessing for the country by focusing on the sustainable development components.
That's great. We hope we can actually achieve this one day. So, how can our civil engineering and electrical engineering students create positive change when it comes to the infrastructure of Lebanon?
You're going to see that in the near future, as soon as the economy stabilizes, most of the funding will be invested on infrastructure. And this is where civil engineers, because they have a focus on transportation, on construction, on project management, on geotechnical, they can get involved tremendously in the big infrastructural projects. And on top of it, electrical engineers, they have to start our electricity network from scratch. But they did not wait for that moment, because our electrical engineering, they did get involved with renewable energy. And nowadays we're seeing that many of them are involved with the solar energy and the decentralization of the electricity power distribution.
Now, for the people who are not involved, how would you try to encourage them in this pursuit?
Absolutely, the market will dictate the fact that they will get involved, because this is where the money is going to be invested
Okay,
in
so it's going
infrastructure.
to be a great source of money later
Yes.
on. Okay. For those who may be unaware, can you possibly explain the major differences between two fields who usually put a lot of question marks over them? The computer and communication engineering and computer science.
Yeah, computer science is mainly involved with the programming, while computer and communication engineering, not only they have to do programming, but also they have to design the hardware that communicates with the program. On top of it, they have to also get involved with the wireless technology. So they have really to understand very well how the wireless technology functions by studying in depth the wave propagation and how the waves are going to interface with the program as well as with the hardware. So when they design their hardware, they have to use our laboratory facilities while they test first. After they do the design, they test their circuits on a breadboard, and they use all the equipment to test the performance of their circuitries. And at the same time, connect that to the PC where their program is ready, so they will make sure that it communicates very well. And on top of it, they have to communicate with wireless technology.
There's major differences, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, how does the BE in chemical engineering prioritize quality control and management in more of the delicate development processes? Or basically, another way, what are the ethical concerns in that respect?
Well, I will start by the end. Concerning the ethical concern, we're bound in all fields by the mission of the institution. So anything that's against this mission is automatically disregarded. But for chemical engineering students, they really get involved into the manufacturing process, into testing the chemical processes. And it turned out that they get really involved with small to medium-sized companies who are developing projects, and they are contacting the chemical engineering department in order to establish some collaboration. And we have been signing several MOUs, and there are many MOUs on the pipelines to collaborate with this type of industry, because we believe that this is the future for this country, that they are the most adapted to this country, whereby we test their product, we take on board their research and development, because they're not a big corporation to establish their labs and research and development. So we do that in our laboratory facilities. And at the same time, in return, they provide some training for our students at the third year and future employment for our students. And also, they consult with the experts in the field where we advance their projects through consulting work.
Now, in your opinion, what is the best feature of the Faculty of Engineering?
Well, the Faculty of Engineering is boiling with activities, and we're really proud of it, especially that we went through the ABET with flying colors, and we are so proud of that. What characterizes this faculty is that it's built by researchers, scholars, dedicated people who were able to manage, because they have this resilience, And so you can see from the outcome several publications coming out, lots of consulting, lots of services to the local communities, activities all around with students. That makes it a very dynamic place.
Well, thank you actually, Dr. Harb, for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for hosting
It
me.
was really an honor actually to have you here. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I hope we were able to shed light over all that what the Faculty of Engineering has to offer for our students and its staff and everybody. For further information, don't hesitate to check out the links in the description down below. Don't forget also to follow us and subscribe to our channel to receive our latest updates. We'll be seeing you on the next one.